Hey guys, welcome to Alchemy Yoga Online. My name is Natalia. This is Happy Hips class. Tonight it's going to be a little bit fun. So you're going to need, potentially, a chair and a pair of socks. And a hard floor. So you may need to pause the video right now and just set yourself up. You can bring your yoga mat onto a hard surface in your house if you're able to. If you're not, that's okay. Don't worry about it. But if you want to have a little bit of an extra challenge tonight and a little bit of fun, set yourself up on the floor, grab your favorite pair of socks, grab yourself a chair. Tonight, I forgot to mention the music. So tonight, if you want to and have been picking the playlist, on Spotify, we'll be doing, I planned this class along with, it's by Kevin Courtney, Brooklyn Sessions, Volume 1, Nada Sadhana, if you want to listen along. All right, so just take a moment to find a comfortable seat. It can be, a cross-legged position. You can sit your hips up on a pillow, on a folded blanket, whatever and however you feel comfortable. And when you arrive in that seat, place both of your hands over top of your heart. Close down your eyes. And just take a moment to arrive in your physical body. Feel your sit bones grounding you down to the earth. Take a nice full deep breath in, sit up tall. Open up your mouth, release it out. Arrive in an easy breath, a natural breath in and out. And then notice your hands. Notice your hands in contact with your heart space. Feeling the energy underneath your hands. Feel the energy of your beating heart. And on your next inhale, sending your breath into your heart space. And as you exhale, breathing out of your heart space. As you inhale, breathing into your heart. And as you exhale, breathing out of your heart. And continuing this for the next few cycles, breathing in and out of your heart space. Take a deep, full breath in, sit up tall. Open your mouth, release it out. Gently release your hands down into your lap. You can choose to keep your eyes open or closed. Allow your chin to come down towards your chest. Just take a moment to allow your head to hang, stretching out the back of your neck. And gently roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Relax your shoulders down. Allow your head to roll forward and then roll it to the other side. Left ear to left shoulder. Just continuing to gently move side to side, noticing the sensations in your neck. Maybe even pausing in any places you notice a lot of sensation, sending your breath there, allowing it to release, and then moving on. You can do that as many times as you need. Next time your chin comes down to center, inhale, draw your head back up. You can slowly blink your eyes open. Extend your arms out to the sides. Palms face up. Relax your low ribs in and down. And then from here, rotate your pinky side of your hand as high up as you can, and then rotate your palms all the way down and around and through. So we're just coming into the shoulders a little bit. Today's class is really a whole body class with an emphasis on the hips, of course. We move a lot into the core today as well, to core stability and core strength. And there may be points in the class that are quite challenging, so I invite you to stay with me as long as you can. I promise you'll get some nice, juicy, restorative poses at the end of the practice. And then next time your palms come up, bring your forearms together with your palms facing you. And then from here, you're going to lift your elbows up as high as you can, and then you're going to take your hands nice and wide. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull your hands apart. Exhale, release. Inhale, draw them apart. One more time. And then relax your hands by your sides. You're going to take your feet right off your mat onto that slippery floor, so that your feet are nice and wide, and just place the soles of your feet flat on the ground. Sit up nice and tall through your spine. And from here, you're going to keep your body nice and level as you slide your feet straight and then draw your heels in. So as if there's almost resistance in your feet as you pull them in and then slide them out. You can place your hands next to your hips for a little bit of stability, or wherever you want your hands, even in prayer. And then next time your knees bend, plant the soles of your feet down. You're going to take your knees nice and wide, and then bring your knees in together as much as you can. Rotate your knees wide, and then in together. And then you're going to lean back, lift your feet up, coming into Navasana, boat pose. From here, extending your hands forward, you're going to take your feet apart and then draw them together. Take your feet apart and draw them together. This one works into the hip. You may be feeling it on the outer part of your hip. And if it cramps, that's okay. You can just come out and release it any way you need to. Next time the feet open, keep pulling them apart. Lift up through the heart and breathe. I'll be shaking along with all of you here today. From here, you're going to bring your left foot in front. See if you can do this without your hands as much as possible. And then rotate your right knee behind, coming into 90-90. So both legs are a 90-degree angle. You can place your hand next to you for support if you need, but as much as you can, seeing if you can do this without your hands. Rotate your right leg forward, lift up your left leg. Bring your right knee down, rotate your left leg behind. We're just going to move in and out like this a couple times. Extend your left leg up, right leg up, left leg down, right leg back. If you need more support, please feel free to bring your hands down to the floor, or you can just allow them to be relaxed to help with your balance. And then next time you come back to Navasana, boat pose, your knees can be bent. You can straighten your legs, keep lifting through the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, cross your ankles, come forward into tabletop. Just take a moment to set yourself up. Spread your fingers nice and wide, knees under your hips. Relax your belly down. Sink down between the shoulders. Allow your head to hang. Close your eyes down. And just take a moment to connect with the inflow and outflow of your breath. On your next inhale, you're going to start to tip your sit bones up a little bit higher. Roll that movement up your spine. Lift your gaze forward. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone under. Round down through your spine. Press the floor away. Tuck your chin. Moving through cat-cow, but seeing if you can generate the movement from your pelvis and allow it to roll all the way up your spine to the crown of your head. Release back to a neutral spine. You're going to extend your right toes back behind you. You want your toes to come off of your mat so that you're on the slippery floor. Just take a moment to press through your heel. So press back through your right heel, stretching out the back line of your leg. And then you're going to slide your toes all the way up and out to the side. And then slide your foot back around, cross it behind your left, look over your left shoulder. And just continuing to do that. Slide it in that semicircle all the way up and around. And then all the way back. And twist. Bring your leg straight back behind you. And then from here, you're going to slide your leg back and then come forward. Slide your leg straight back and then forward. And then release your knee back under your hip. You can give your hips a little bit of a wiggle side to side, whatever movement you need in this space. And extend your left leg back behind you. Place your toes off your mat. Press back through your heel. Find a nice long spine. And then begin to slide your left toes out to the side. And then slide your leg back behind you, looking over your right shoulder. And just continuing the movement here, connecting the movement with your breath. Moving as mindfully as you can today. We tend to lose our breath when things get challenging. So just an invitation to come back to the breath whenever you can. And then next time your leg extends back, you're just going to reach those toes, slide those toes back, and then slide forward. Sliding back, and then sliding forward. Bring your knee under your hip. From here, you can roll up your mat. And you just come down onto your forearms. So your forearms are on your sticky mat. Your belly can even be on the mat. Your legs and your toes are off. Coming into Sphinx. So elbows beneath the shoulders, hands or shoulder distance apart. If this is too compressive on your low back, you can always walk your elbows forward. Take a moment to connect with that inflow and outflow. Take a moment to enjoy this place of rest for just this brief moment that we're here. You're going to tuck your toes under. Press through your heels. Energize your legs. Lift your knees off the ground. From here, you're going to begin to round down your chin, round through your shoulders, and then pull your knees in. Exhale, release them back. Release your thighs, your belly, rising up into Sphinx. Exhale, tuck your chin, round down. Slide your feet in, bring your knees in. And then exhale, reach it back. Release your thighs, your belly, lift up through your heart. Round down through your shoulders. Pull your feet in, bring your knees in. Exhale, reach back, release your thighs. Inhale, rising up into Sphinx. Exhale, release your hands down, relax your head on top of stacked hands. Bring your hands under your elbows under your shoulders once again. Arriving back in Sphinx, tuck your toes under, energize your thighs, pull your legs in, and arrive in Dolphin. So Dolphin is almost like Downward Dog, but on the forearm. So you can bend your knees as much as you need to, lift your heels. And then see if you can, this is challenging, see if you can lift both elbows off the mat at the same time. Inhale up, exhale back, Downward Dog. Now you can unravel your mat if you'd like and come back onto the sticky surface. Or if you want to continue the practice with no mat to challenge yourself a little bit, you can do that as well. So arriving in Downward Dog, you can pedal out your feet, bend your knees. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Shift your weight into your heels. Inhale, you're going to rise all the way up, reaching your arms overhead. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Step your feet hip distance apart. You're going to begin to shift your weight into your right foot until your left foot hovers off the ground. Relax your hands by your sides or place them on your hips. And then from here, we're just going to work through some hip rotations. So begin to circle your knee. If you're feeling a little unstable today, you can also find some space next to a wall or even use the chair in front of you. And then change directions. You're going to bend your standing knee, cross your left ankle across your thigh, hands together in prayer, sink the hips down, coming into a figure four. Inhale, rising back up. Exhale, release. You can give your legs a little shake. Come to stand in Tadasana on both your feet once again. Relax your hands, relax your shoulders. Begin to shift your weight into your left foot until your right foot hovers just barely off the ground. Pick whatever hand position feels the most stable for you and then circle your knee. And then change directions. Bend your standing leg is what I meant to say. And then cross your ankle across your thigh, hands together, sink your hips down. Breathing fully and slowly, in and out. Inhale, press into that standing leg. Exhale, release. Give it a little shake. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, you're going to fold forward. You can bring your hands onto the backs of your thighs, slide them down your legs. You're going to bend your knees and allow your belly to come down. Allow your belly to come into contact with your thighs. So your knees may need to be really bent for that to happen. Your hands can find, if you're able to, the backs of your calves. Relax your head and neck. And then from here, gently drawing your sit bones up towards the ceiling so that this forward fold is active. You're engaging those muscles. Keep the belly glued to the thighs and lifting the hips up. Deep breath in. You can release it out. And then inhale, shift into your heels, rise all the way up, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Releasing your belly onto your thighs. See if you can hook your peace fingers around your feet, maybe not your toes because you're wearing socks, but finding your toes with your hands, relaxing your elbows out, and same thing, gently pulling your hips up towards the ceiling. Nice long spine. Engaging the legs, engaging the hamstrings. One more deep breath in, release it out. Shift your weight into your heels. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, reach up, lift your gaze. Exhale, folding forward. Thighs and belly meet. And then maybe lifting your feet up and sliding your hands underneath your feet so that your toes come into your wrist crease. And then from here, elbows relax, head relaxes. Inhaling, lifting the hips up. There should be engagement in the legs. If there's a little bit of a shake, that's okay. Connect with that in-breath and out-breath. Deep breath in. Release it out. You can release your hands from under your feet, shift into your heels. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. You can walk your hands forward, walk your feet back so that you arrive in a downward dog. On your next exhale, releasing your knees down. And you're going to step your right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. If you want a little bit of support, you can use the chair. Bring your hands onto the chair, or you can bring your hands to either side of your foot. These first few breaths, simply allowing your hips to release down. You don't have to come into the fullest expression right away. Just a gentle release and easing forward. And then bring both hands to the inside. Heel toe your right foot out to the side. Rotate your toes nice and wide. If you have blocks, you can place them underneath your hands as well. And then just playing around with bringing your knee in, taking your knee nice and wide, maybe rotating to the outer edge of your foot. Just exploring your hip joint here. And then finding kind of a middle ground, or as deeply as you want to work. You can keep rotated on the outer edge if you want. Allow your hips to sink. Now you can stay up on your hands. If it feels like a natural movement to come down onto the forearms, you can do so. But if you're feeling like you're really having to push yourself down there, don't push yourself too much. Stay up on your hands. Breathe in this new position. And then the last option is to tuck your toes under, press straight back through the left heel, and lift the knee off the ground. Breathe. Soften the face, unclench your teeth, sending your breath deep into your belly, in and out. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the knee if it's lifted. Inhale up onto the hands, heel toe the right foot forward. You may need to shift your left knee forward. So you want your right foot off the top of your mat. Bring your hands onto your hips. Right leg is nice and straight. You're going to slide it forward and then draw it back. It may be a really small action. That's okay. We're just changing up and activating our muscles today. Sometimes we get used to doing certain yoga poses and we're not asking a lot of our muscles anymore, so we're just spicing things up a little bit. All right, and then shift the weight into the left knee, hands nice and relaxed. You can pick that foot up, bring it back under your hip, bring whatever movement you need in this space. And then we're going to shift to the other side. So shift into the right knee, lift the left with as much control as you can, extending the legs straight, releasing down. You can bring your hands onto your hips, and then just beginning the action of moving forward and moving back. This side may feel a little bit different because we didn't stretch as deeply on this side. So just noticing how the front of that right hip feels. And next time the left foot slides back, you can bring it right onto the mat. You can shift that right knee back and then allow your hips to sink down on this side. You can bring your hands onto a chair. You can bring them onto blocks or either side of your foot. In those first few moments, a gentle easing in. Bring both hands to the inside. Begin to heel toe the left foot out to the side, right to the edge of the mat. Spin the toes wide, and then rotate to the outer edge of the foot and the inner edge, exploring the left hip. And then finding that place you want to work on this side. You can stay up on the hands, breathing here. If you feel like you want to go down onto your forearms, that's an option. Take a couple breaths here. Allow your body to adjust to its new shape. And then if you want to go that extra step, tucking the back toes under, lifting the knee. Keep actively pressing back through the heel. Nice strong leg. And while the leg is doing the work, relaxing your belly, softening your face, sending that breath deep into your belly. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, release your knee. Inhale up onto the hands. From here, you can heel toe your left foot in and then step back into a downward dog. Or a child's pose if you need a little bit more of a rest here. Stay with me. I know it's going to get a little bit challenging this next part. I promise you we will have a nice rest at the end though. So you're going to fold your mat up again to place your hands on top of it and then finding downward dog. So being careful. It's a little bit more slippery. It takes a little bit more engagement from your muscles to hold a downward dog when it's slippery. Just noticing what happens when we remove the stability of the mat, that familiar ground. Seeing if you can connect with your breath. This part is going to be challenging, but have fun with it. This is not about being a perfect yogi, this next part. You're going to shift your weight into your hands a little bit, lift your gaze forward. You're going to slide your feet as best you can up to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to bring your hands onto your sticky mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands And you may need to give yourself a little bit of a start. You're going to slide your feet back and arrive in a plank. So actively press the floor away. Breathe. Pull your feet in a little bit closer. Exhale, downward dog. Take a moment to breathe here. Notice how it feels when we're on unstable ground. Can you connect with your breath? Can you trust your muscles to find stability for you? The bottom of your exhale, glance between your hands. Shift your weight forward. Slide as much as you can your feet up to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, release it down. We're going to go through that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. Find the pressure in your hands. You may need to slide your feet back a little bit. And then at the same time, can you slide them all the way back into plank, keeping your shoulders over your wrists? Take a full breath in, a full breath out. Inhale, pull your feet in a little bit. Exhale, send your hips up and back, downward dog. Take one more breath here. Glance between your hands. Shift your weight forward. Inhale, pull your feet all the way up. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands come down. We're going to do that one more time. Have a little bit of fun with it. See what happens. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant hands. Find that stability. See if you can slide your feet back at the same time. Finding plank. Breathing here. If you need to come down to your knees, that's okay. Take one more full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, pull your feet in. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward dog. Bottom of your exhale, glance between your hands. We're almost there. This is the last one. Inhale, pull your feet up. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, release your hands down. You can unfold your mat. Actually, I'm not being honest. You can leave your mat folded up. We're done with the sun salutations. We're going to come into one more sliding pose. So inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, you're going to step your left foot forward, right foot back, finding warrior one. Just taking a moment to allow your body to ease into this pose. And just notice how different it feels than your normal warrior one. So your hands can stay reaching up. You can bring them onto your hips if you need more stability. You're going to keep your left knee over your ankle as much as possible. It's going to move. That's okay. And then you're going to slide your right foot up and then slide it back. So the back heel is nice and lifted. Inhale, pulling your legs together. Exhale, sliding back. Inhale together. Exhale back. And one more. Inhale together. Exhale back. Finding that warrior one. Open up warrior two, being careful. Allow that back foot to open up a little bit. This action of pulling your feet together or in towards the midline to keep stability. Having that engagement in the core to have stability in the body. Now you'll need your chair in front of you, so you can take a moment to just grab that. Place at least 2 of the legs on the sticky mat. You don't want your chair sliding around. Place your left hand, you can place both your hands down, slide your back foot in a little bit, and then you're going to anchor down into your left hand and your left foot. Inhale, float the right leg up into a half moon. Right hand comes onto the hip, the shoulders stack, the right toes point to the side. Maybe on an inhale, the right fingers reach up. Keep the shape with your back leg. Bring your right hand down. You're going to rotate the right toes out to the side, all the way out. Keep holding and lifting the leg. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, sweep that right leg straight out to the side. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale down, release it, lift up halfway, exhale, folding forward. Now you can use the chair, you can place your head on the back of the chair. If you're a little bit more open, you can place your head on the seat of the chair. And then gently rising up. Plant your hands firmly on the seat. As you inhale, float the left leg up and out to the side. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale. This time when you lift up, you're going to hold that shape, but rotate the left heel back behind you, arriving in a half moon shape. So your left toes point towards the side wall. Right hand anchors onto the chair, left hand onto the hip. Take a moment to find stability, and then maybe the left fingers reach up. Finding length in your spine. You can bring the left hand down to the chair for a moment, bend your standing knee, and then really gently, with as much control, because you don't want to slip out, placing that left foot down. You may need to bring it fairly close to find a bit of stability to open up into a warrior 2. And if you slide, that's okay. Seeing if you can keep drawing your feet together, that slight action of pulling them together to keep stability up through the midline of your body. Reach your arms forward and back. Take your gaze forward. Breathe. You can bring your hands onto your hips. You're going to rotate onto the ball of your back foot. Rotate your hips forward. Keep a bend in that front knee. Pulling the left toes in and then sliding them back. If you need more stability, you can use the chair. And then next time your foot slides into a comfortable position, it may be kind of somewhere in the middle. Finding warrior 1, inhaling, arms up. Finding stillness, reconnecting with your breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands down. You can use the chair if you need, stepping your left foot all the way up. Now you can unravel your mat. And you're going to come to seated. Coming up to the top of your mat, bring your chair in. Place 2 of the feet at least. You can always slide back and place the whole chair on the mat. And then take your feet nice and wide. You can sit your hips up if you prefer as well. And to start, just taking a moment to sit here, to find length in your spine, to slow down your breath, and to once again feel the stability of that familiar ground beneath your seat. The stability of the mat. Oftentimes, we're not even aware how much we rely on something that we use all the time. How unfamiliar it was without the mat, how shaky our muscles felt, how uncertain it felt. And paying attention to our reaction during those uncertain times. And if nothing else, bringing ourselves back to our breath, the stability of our breath. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, coming forward, you can stack fists or hands and rest your forehead down. Your forehead can find the chair if you're a little more open, perhaps another prop, but allowing the head to rest. Signaling to the nervous system that the hard work is done. Coming out of that sympathetic response and into the parasympathetic, the rest and digest. Relaxing your belly, softening your shoulders, unclenching your teeth. Arriving back in the familiar space of your breath. Noticing the flow in and the flow out. Breathing in a way that feels nourishing in your body. Taking a slow, full breath in, filling your lungs. Opening your mouth, sighing it out. Inhale, slowly rise. You can take your feet in just a little bit. Invite a little bit of movement in by circling your ankles. And changing directions. And then pointing your toes, flexing your feet. And then just giving it a little shake. Just shaking your feet out. Letting it go. You can move your legs as quickly as you'd like. The socks almost make it a little extra challenging. And then allow your legs to become still. Sit up tall through your spine. Just notice the sensation in your feet. Feel that sensation move up into your legs, to your thighs. And then throughout your whole body. can open your eyes. Just find your hip crease, the place where your thigh meets your pelvis. Bring your thumbs into that space and just begin to massage out that space. You can even move back towards your glutes. You can massage them out. Give yourself a little bit of a butt massage. Move down into your thighs. Maybe down into your calves. Just getting that blood moving. And then you can take 2 or 1 finger. 1's a little bit more intense, 2 is a little gentler, and just begin to massage out the inner thigh. There's a lot of lymphatic tissue in the inner thigh, and the lymph system doesn't have a pump. It needs movement to drain. So sometimes getting the fingers in there to encourage that draining is really helpful. And you can feel it. You can feel like the little bumps. And then take a hold of the backs of your knees. Pull your heels in. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana. Rising up nice and tall through the spine. Just taking a moment to feel the sit bones grounding down. Now, for some of you, this may be the place you want to stay. And for others, you may be called to come forward. And if that tipping forward just feels like a natural progression, you can begin to hinge forward, maybe even finding the chair, closing down the eyes, connecting with the breath. Relax and release your belly. Allow your breath to be received in that soft belly. Slow, full breath in. Release it out your mouth. Slowly rise. You can bring your knees back to center. Keep that chair on your mat. Rotate down onto your side and then just bring your feet up onto the chair. You can adjust yourself. You can even place a pillow or a blanket underneath your hips if you'd like. And to start, you're just going to pick up your right leg, cross it over, or bring it across your left thigh. Your hands can rest on your belly or out to your sides, coming into a figure 4. If you want to move a little deeper, you can even bring your foot onto the edge of the chair. And then prop your right hand underneath your right thigh, actively pressing that right knee away. Sending your breath to any places in your body that need a little extra opening. Take one more breath in this place. And then slowly finding your way to the other side. So either the leg can be on the chair or at the edge. And then crossing the left ankle over. The left hand can prop under the left thigh, just encouraging that thigh to open away from you. And deep breath in. Let it go. Release your legs. And then either coming into legs up the wall or simply bringing your legs onto the chair if you're using it. Take your arms nice and wide. You can bring them right out into a T. Slight tuck of the chin just to find a little length in the back of the neck. Take a full breath in. Really fill your lungs. Expand them outwards. Open your mouth. Sigh it out. Allowing your body to settle into this shape. To arrive in this place of rest. Noticing all the points on the back side of your body that are in contact with the earth beneath you. Each inhale you take, you create a little space in the body, like you're inflating a balloon. As you exhale, releasing and softening into that space. Each inhale creates a little bit more space. Each exhale creates a little bit more release. And continuing to do this for the next few breath cycles. Each exhale, there may just be a really subtle shift in energy as you let go a little bit. Setting that intention to relax and soften. You may notice more points of your physical body coming into contact with the earth beneath you. As you let go of tension and your muscles begin to relax. Until your whole body feels relaxed. Your whole body. Now you can choose to remain in this pose as long as you'd like. You can even remain here for final Shavasana. Or if you'd prefer to take Shavasana on your back, you can just take a moment to hug your knees in and give them a squeeze. Maybe gently rocking side to side. Release your feet down and just even shimmy yourself back a little bit. And to arrive in Shavasana on your back. Taking your feet nice and wide, they can come right off your mat. Allow your feet to flop out to the sides. Take up as much space as you can with your arms. Allowing your physical body to melt into Shavasana, the final rest. And please feel free to remain here for as long as you'd like. You can pause the video. Enjoy your rest. If you're ready to transition, just begin to invite some movement back into your fingers and toes. Allow that movement to grow and stretch your body in whatever way you need in this place. Eventually finding your way onto your side. It can be your right or your left. Taking another moment to pause there. And then finding your way back up into a comfortable seated position. Once again, when you're in seated, placing your hands over top of your heart, taking a moment to reconnect with that place, to reconnect with your beating heart. Breathing into your heart space and breathing out of your heart space. Take one more breath in, one more breath out. Bring your hands in front of your face. Begin to rub them, creating heat and energy. Place them over top of your closed eyes. Take a deep breath in. Release it out. Then you can blink your eyes open behind your hands, letting in little bits of light. Release your hands down. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me.